Hello everybody, Mr. Mobs here and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to try and do something slightly different for this channel, and I wanted to do a kind of news feature to give you guys the latest VR news and also a bit of news on the actual channel itself. I did actually record a video previous to this where I was just kind of speaking into the camera and going through all the latest news. I wasn't really happy with the outcome of that one, so I decided slightly different approach. So you're going to be watching me playing Kayak VR Mirage, which is PC VR title. It's been out for quite a while. I've posted quite a few videos on this game. It looks beautiful, as you can see, but it hasn't received any kind of update or supports for quite a long time, so unfortunately at this point I don't know if it will do, and it is lacking a bit of content there, which a lot of you guys always say when I do post these videos. But either way, it's quite a nice video to have kind of playing it, or quite a nice game to have playing in the background while I go over the news. Anyway, enough of me rambling. So the first thing I want to kind of cover is a bit of news about the actual channel. If you're quite new, you might not realise, but I try and set kind of goals as to how many subscribers, and the current goal is set at 500 subscribers, and I think we're roughly on about 460 at the moment, so we are slowly getting there. So thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, then please do. I'm not getting paid for this at all, so it's nice just to see that kind of support from you guys and you subscribing. I try and vary the content as well, so there's a bit of something there for everyone. At the moment it is quite heavily swayed on the PC VR side, and I do want to do more standalone content. The only issue I have with that is when you're recording standalone, if you record directly in the headset, I don't find it's always the best quality recording, and also using the microphone on the headset. I believe there's an update coming out, or has come out, so you can use a separate mic. So I don't know if anyone's tried that yet, if it's even available yet, but if it is and you've tried it, please leave me a comment, let me know how that goes. That might be an option, but at the moment basically it's quite heavily PC VR swayed at the moment, but I'm going to try and do something about that over the next month or so. Also, the amount of videos that I've posted, the quantity has reduced. That's simply to do with outside commitments other than the actual channel itself. Again, like I said, I don't get paid, so I've got a normal job to do as well. This is just like a little hobby, a little sideline, because I really love VR, and I'm also a family man, so I can't always get the time that I need to do these videos. And even my videos, which I wouldn't say are particularly complicated or have a lot of editing, they still take a lot longer than you'd probably expect to put together. So that's why the rate of videos I'm releasing perhaps isn't as much as it is at times. But thank you for everyone for sticking with me anyway. So that's really about it for the channel updates. So let's go on to a bit of VR news. So the date for the next Meta Connect has been announced, and that's going to be September the 25th and 26th. For those of you that don't know, Meta Connect is like the annual get together for Meta, people who are partnered with Meta, to talk about any kind of products that's coming out. They usually announce a few games, and there's the platform for announcing their hardware, and then it's like a 2-day event. So most of the kind of the good stuff, the spicy stuff is day one. There is obviously, it depends what your interests are, there's more kind of developer style content and stuff for the rest of the weekend, so it's still quite interesting depending on you know, how into VR and XR, AR, whatever you're into. So anyway, yeah, 25th and 26th of September. Now you probably also heard about the rumoured new headset from Meta, being the Quest 3S, as it's currently being called. It does look like that might be the official name, because there are some apps now in the App Store that have where it says it's what it's compatible with, and they've named the Quest 3S, so it does sound like that actually might be the official name. There's been kind of a few leaks regarding what this looks like, and also even the spec as to what to expect from it. And looking at the spec sheet that was linked, it looks as though it's probably like more of a souped up Quest 2 than a dulled down Quest 3. So the form factor is more like a Quest 2 by the looks of things. The lenses apparently are going to be like the same as the Quest 2. And I believe the headset's going to have a similar sort of resolution as the Quest 2. So the main difference, from what I can tell, I believe, and I might have got this wrong, is going to be the chipset. So it's going to run on the newer chipsets, the Quest 3 chipset, so Snapdragon 2 or whatever it's called. I can't remember the exact name, but so that will allow the newer apps that don't really run very well on Quest 2 that would work on Quest 3S. And obviously, I guess because it's like a scaled down version on kind of older hardware, they'll be able to do it at a cheaper price point than the Quest 3. So any of you guys who've been looking to get a Quest 3, you know it can get quite expensive, especially when you look at things like a better head strap and all that kind of stuff. So this is like a kind of budget version for people to upgrade to still be able to play all the latest apps without kind of having to spend loads. So I think that's quite a good thing that Meta are doing. There's also rumours of a Quest Pro 2 as well, but there's not as much information on that. I think the Quest 3S will be announced during Meta Connect this year. That'll be great. I don't expect that they'll say anything about a Quest Pro. Obviously, we all know what happened with the Quest Pro. I still haven't wrote it off completely. I think that there probably is a market there somewhere for it, but they just need to get it right. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there anyway. Next piece of news is Microsoft recently held their equivalent of the Kinect, I guess, Microsoft Kinect or whatever you want to call it, where they announce all their new titles and partnerships and all that kind of stuff. Same sort of thing. One of the things that's probably of interest to some of you guys is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, so the latest edition. That's been announced for release on 19th of November this year, so 19th of November 24, which is quite good, and apparently it does have VR support from day one. Now, anyone who's used Flight Sim already knows that it's really demanding. I don't expect this one to be anything different, so you will need a fairly beefed up gaming PC to run this one, I imagine. You don't know, obviously, but they'll say like a minimum spec, but the reality of, especially with VR, of using a minimum spec PC, you need to go for something more beefy to kind of have this up and running. But I'll let you look at all the kind of details of what's new in the latest one. But to say that it's going to be part of Game Pass from day one, which is great. I've actually got a Game Pass subscription myself, and it's great that you can actually play games in VR using that, including the UAE VR mod. So anything that's on Unreal Engine, if you've got Game Pass, you can run those games as well, so that's a nice little perk there. They also announced a new Fable game, but I don't think that's going to be on Unreal Engine. I think that's on the same engine that Forza's on, and that's a shame because that would have been wicked to see the new Fable game in VR using the mod, but there you go. I'm sidetracking a little bit there. So yeah, that's that for that update. The next one is a new update for the Quest 3. Version 66 update is now rolling out, and again they've improved on the pass-through quality. It's not something that I've received on my headset yet, so I can't give you any kind of first-hand impression, but apparently the kind of warping around your hands and that they've got rid of that, or they've decreased it quite a bit, and they've also added kind of buttons to hand tracking. So if you're using hand tracking, you have the option of like buttons on your wrist, I think, that you can press, and that just resolves the issue of perhaps clicking things when you don't mean to click them. So anyone who's used hand tracking before, I'm sure you'll know it's really good feature, but it can be quite fiddly, and that, to be honest, is kind of what's put me off in the past. It's like, yeah, you do click things that you shouldn't, and that kind of thing. So I'll be definitely interested to see how they've improved hand tracking. It's great that they're still working on it. Pass-throughs increasing in quality again, which is great. I actually used to have a Pico 4 before the Quest 3, and in my opinion, when I very first tried the Pico 4, the pass-through wasn't brilliant, but they definitely improved that to the point where when the Quest 3 was released, I wasn't particularly impressed with the pass-through. I felt that it was probably not as good as Pico 4, so it's nice to see that the Meta are working on that one, and it's looking like it's definitely looking a lot better than it was. Next update would be for Beatsaber. They've released a new song pack that's available now, pack 7. I believe there's like some new kind of stages as well that use like laser lighting effects. I saw a little video on that the other day. It looked pretty cool. So any of you Beatsaber fans out there who want some more songs, there's a new song pack. I think these song packs are free. I might be wrong there, you have to check it out, but to my knowledge, I don't think you have to pay for these ones. They're just kind of a nice little additional update there, so there's probably some more songs on there for you to try and beat. I've not actually played Beat Saber for ages. I would like to get back into it, so maybe this is the opportunity to do that. I'm not too sure how many songs are available on this pack, but like I say, it is available now, so if you're into Beat Saber, then go and check it out. And then lastly, the last thing I want to speak about is Population 1. It's one of my favourite games. I've been playing it for years since it's come out. I know some people moved over to Contractors Showdown for various reasons. I get that. So Population 1 has received the Phoenix update, which is a map that I thought it was larger, but apparently it's the same size as the old map. But there's just a lot more. It's a lot more densely filled, so it feels larger. So I'll let you guys decide on that one. But that has now been the beta was out, and people would have play tested it prior. But it's officially been released now. I think it was June the 6th. It was officially released. Playing the game, it's really divided people as well. I personally really love it. It's very fast paced now, and you get a lot more kills, so it's probably easier to get kills, but it's harder to win the game, or that's my experience anyway. I've still not played it as much as I'd like to, again, because of family commitments and things like that. But yeah, I personally really love the update, and if you haven't played Population 1 for a while, you got a bit bored of it or whatever, then it's definitely worth going on and giving it a try. And yeah, see what you think. So that's it for all the updates for now. I hope you like this new section. Like I say, it's new for my channel. It's not new for YouTube. I know lots of people do news and things like that, so hopefully I haven't bored you with all the same news that everybody else. Oh, there was one other bit of news that I read this morning just quickly. The person who develops the Oculus Rift has announced that they are developing a new headset. So I don't know how kind of mainstream this is going to be. I don't really know anything more than that, but that was quite an interesting bit of news to read. So I'm always interested in new hardware, so it'd be interesting to see what happens there. So that's a kind of bit of late news for you guys. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this, and if you would like me to continue, or if you don't care, then that's fine. But yeah, no, I really appreciate everyone's support. Hopefully we'll hit the 500 subscriber mark soon. I have been recording a special video for that one, so I'm looking forward to kind of finishing that off ready for the 500 subscribers. But yeah, thank you very much for your support. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye.